Ilia Topuria vs Islam Makhachev is not just another UFC matchup. It is a collision between two undefeated mindsets, two different fighting philosophies, and two champions shaped by completely opposite paths to dominance. This fight represents the modern era of MMA, where perfection is tested, where confidence meets control, and where one mistake can rewrite history forever. This matchup has been discussed in whispers, debated in forums, and demanded by fans who want to see who truly represents the future of the sport. Ilia brings pressure, knockout power, and fearless belief, while Islam brings suffocating grappling, tactical brilliance, and championship calm. When these two worlds collide, there is no safe outcome. The stakes of this fight go beyond a title, beyond rankings, and beyond promotion. This is about legacy, validation, and the answer to a question every fight fan asks: what happens when unstoppable force meets immovable discipline? Ilia Topuria enters this matchup carrying an undefeated professional record, a perfect run built on dominance, discipline, and destructive finishing ability. His record stands as a statement of consistency, wins over elite contenders, and performances where control and violence coexist. Every fight has added belief to the idea that he is inevitable. From his earliest appearances in the UFC, Ilia showed composure beyond his age. He did not rely on chaos or desperation. Instead, he trusted structure, positioning, and timing. That calm aggression has turned him into one of the most feared fighters in the sport. An undefeated record is not just numbers, it is psychological armor. It creates momentum, confidence, and a sense of destiny that changes how a fighter walks, speaks, and fights. Ilia carries that aura into every exchange. Islam Makhachev's record tells a different but equally powerful story. His career has been defined by long win streaks, championship defenses, and complete control over elite opposition. After an early setback, Islam rebuilt himself into a near-flawless machine, refining every weakness and sharpening every strength. His record reflects growth, patience, and evolution. Each win came with more control, more intelligence, and fewer risks. By the time he reached the title, Islam was no longer chasing greatness, he was enforcing it. A champion's record is not just wins and losses, it is proof of reliability under pressure. Islam has proven that when expectations are highest, his performance becomes cleaner, calmer, and more dominant. Ilia's path to the top was built on finishing instincts. Knockouts, submissions, and dominant decisions form a resume that shows versatility and danger everywhere the fight goes. His ability to end fights early has turned casual viewers into believers and analysts into supporters. What separates Ilia from many finishers is how controlled his violence is. He does not rush, he sets traps. He does not swing wildly, he calculates damage. That balance between patience and aggression is rare. Every undefeated fighter eventually faces a moment where perfection is tested. This fight represents that moment for Ilia, where raw belief meets structured dominance. Islam's dominance has been built on suffocation. His wins are often described as boring by those who do not understand control, but to experts, they are masterpieces of positioning and pressure. Once Islam establishes his rhythm, opponents are trapped inside a system. His grappling record shows an elite submission rate combined with long stretches of ground control. Fighters rarely escape once pinned, and even fewer recover fully after doing so. Energy drains, confidence fades, and mistakes multiply. This is why Islam's record is so intimidating. It is not about highlights, it is about inevitability. Stylistically, this fight is a contrast between forward pressure and calculated advancement. Ilia moves forward with intent to damage, while Islam moves forward with intent to dominate space. Both are aggressive, but their goals are different. Ilia wants reactions, flinches, and openings. Islam wants balance breaks, grips, and angles. Each second spent standing is an opportunity for Ilia. Each second spent clinched is an opportunity for Islam. This balance of danger creates tension that few fights can replicate. Ilia's boxing fundamentals are central to his success. His jab sets range, his hooks punish entries, and his counters land with frightening accuracy. He does not waste punches. Every strike has purpose. His head movement allows him to stay in range without absorbing heavy damage. Slipping shots and returning fire immediately has been a consistent pattern throughout his undefeated run. Against Islam, this ability will be tested like never before. One missed punch could become a takedown attempt. Islam's striking, while less flashy, is deeply intelligent. He uses strikes to manage distance, to force reactions, and to disguise level changes. His timing on entries is built through repetition and discipline. He does not need to outstrike opponents. He only needs them to hesitate. That hesitation is enough for him to close distance and initiate grappling sequences. This subtlety is why many opponents look uncomfortable before they even hit the ground. Grappling exchanges will define the fight's direction. Ilia's takedown defense has improved dramatically, showing strong hips, balance, and underhook awareness. He does not accept bottom position easily. However, Islam's chain wrestling is relentless. He does not rely on one shot. He transitions until something works. Defending the first attempt is often meaningless against him. The question is not whether Ilia can defend takedowns, but whether he can do it repeatedly over 5 rounds. On the ground, Islam's control is methodical. He advances position inch by inch, applying pressure that feels heavier than it looks. Elbows, wrist rides, and shoulder pressure accumulate damage without creating space. Ilia's ground defense relies on explosiveness and awareness. He looks for moments, frames, and angles to escape rather than prolonged guard battles. This clash of styles could produce dramatic scrambles or long periods of control, depending on who imposes their system first. Cardio will quietly shape the fight's outcome. Islam has proven championship endurance, maintaining pressure late into fights without losing technique. His breathing remains controlled even in high-stakes moments. Ilia's cardio has held up in high-pace fights, but defending wrestling consumes energy differently. Muscles fatigue faster, reactions slow, and footwork becomes heavier. If Ilia cannot manage energy early, the later rounds could favor the champion heavily. Mentally, both fighters are exceptionally strong. Islam fights with the calm of experience, trusting preparation and process. Pressure does not change his behavior, it sharpens it. Ilia fights with belief bordering on certainty. He expects success and fights like someone who assumes victory is inevitable. This mindset can be dangerous for opponents. The mental battle will be visible in patience, risk selection, and composure under fire. The key storyline of this fight is simple but terrifying. Can Ilia stop the takedown? And if he does not, can he survive on the ground? Islam's ability to chain wrestle, to transition from single leg to body lock to trip, is unmatched in the division. Even elite wrestlers struggle once Islam gets his hands connected. Ilia's background in grappling is often underestimated, but he is not inexperienced on the ground. He has strong defensive jiu-jitsu, excellent scrambles, and the ability to explode back to his feet if given even a small opening. However, Islam rarely gives openings. The longer Islam controls top position, the more energy drains from his opponent. This fight could be decided not by damage, but by exhaustion, as Ilia fights to stand while Islam calmly advances position. On the feet, the danger swings heavily in Ilia's favor. Islam's striking is effective but conservative. Ilia's boxing is aggressive, confident, and capable of ending the fight in seconds. One clean counter could change everything. Ilia excels at cutting angles, slipping punches, and landing hooks as opponents step forward. If Islam shoots carelessly or enters on predictable timing, Ilia has the power to punish him severely. This makes every takedown attempt a calculated risk. The mental pressure of knowing one mistake could result in a knockout will test Islam's discipline. Champions are not just defined by skills, but by their ability to stay patient under threat. Cardio will be a massive factor in this fight. Islam has proven he can maintain pressure for 5 rounds without fading, keeping the same pace and control from round 1 to round 5. His conditioning is elite, built for championship distance. Ilia has shown strong cardio, but fighting Islam is different from fighting anyone else. Defending takedowns, carrying weight, and scrambling repeatedly taxes the body in ways striking exchanges do not. If Ilia slows, even slightly, the momentum could shift permanently. However, If Ilia manages to keep the fight standing for extended periods, Islam may be forced into deeper waters than he is comfortable with. Extended striking exchanges favor the challenger. Mentally, this fight is fascinating. Islam carries the calm of a champion who has been here before, who understands pressure, and who trusts his process completely. He does not rush, he does not panic, and he does not chase finishes unnecessarily. Ilia carries supreme self-belief, the kind that makes fighters dangerous even against champions. He genuinely believes he can knock out anyone, and that belief fuels his aggression. Confidence like this can either create greatness or lead to downfall. The psychological battle will begin before the first punch is thrown, in the stare-downs, in the walkouts, and in the opening exchanges. Whoever imposes their rhythm first gains a massive advantage. Tactically, Islam will likely look to mix his entries, using strikes to disguise takedowns and pushing Ilia toward the cage where escapes are limited. Clinch control, foot sweeps, and trips will be key tools in his strategy. Ilia's goal will be to maintain center control, punish level changes, and force Islam to strike more than he wants to. Keeping distance, using feints, and timing uppercuts could deter takedown attempts. This chess match between control and chaos is what makes the fight so compelling. Every adjustment could shift momentum instantly. Legacy implications loom large over this matchup. A win for Islam further cements his place among the greatest lightweights of all time, continuing the Dagestani dynasty and proving he can handle elite strikers with knockout power. A win for Ilia would be seismic, marking the rise of a new superstar and signaling a shift in the power structure of the division. Defeating Islam would instantly place Ilia among the sport's elite champions. This is not just about winning, it is about what that win represents for the future of the UFC. Prediction scenarios vary wildly, which is why this fight is so hyped. Islam could dominate with wrestling and secure a submission or decision through control. Ilia could land a fight-ending punch early or late, changing the narrative forever. There's also the possibility of a drawn-out war, where both men adapt, survive, and test each other's limits over 5 rounds. Such a fight would be remembered as one of the greatest technical battles in UFC history. No matter the outcome, this fight guarantees high-level EMA at its purest. In conclusion, Ilia Topuria vs Islam Makhachev is the embodiment of modern mixed martial arts. Precision versus power, patience versus aggression, control versus chaos. It is a fight that answers questions fans have been asking for years. This matchup is not about hype alone. It is about truth inside the octagon. When the cage door closes, only preparation, skill, and heart will matter. One man will walk out validated, the other humbled, and the entire EMA world will witness a moment that defines an era.